here, if you want to rename the column name, just right click here and you will have rename. Okay, so we can change this column name to transaction date. Okay, so rename the columns. So here we have errors. We can see how to remove the errors. Now, are you able to see this indication here? Something red color. So you need to always observe. You need to look for any errors in the data. Empty values, valid values. Okay, this is the data quality. So here in this there are errors. Are you able to see these errors? We have the option to remove the errors. Okay, right click here. Here remove the errors or replace the errors. We have two options. We have discussed, right, sometime back, how do we handle the missing values. So missing values are these kind of errors. How we can handle? Either we can remove the entire rows. So when we remove the errors, what will happen is, you just observe, I have removed the errors. So those rows, entire rows got deleted. Are you getting? When we have removed the errors, those rows, entire rows got deleted wherever there are errors. So in certain industries where there is a lot of sensitivity, lot of significance, like airline industry or pharmaceutical industry or any highly technical industries, okay, technological industries, where you cannot miss out on any single record. Okay, there can be such situations where you cannot delete the data. Okay, so in that situation, what we need to do is we need to have the other strategy, that is to replace the null values with some other value like median or mode or any such thing. Okay, so whenever we have such situations in some industries, so then if you just imagine you are trying to understand the failure, you are investigating the failure of an aeroplane or a satellite, okay, or a drug or a medicine. Okay, if you are investigating that, and you cannot delete the data wherever you don't have some values in particular columns, you have other valuable information. Okay, so for that you need to do some exploration, like you need to find out what is the average, what is the median value, then you can replace those things. Okay, what we will do is we'll undo this. Okay, so we have this null values, you can just observe here, but when you retain it as it is, you will not be able to make a meaningful decision out of it. Like you cannot use it as part of your data visualization or building a model or any such thing, because this value is error. See, obviously we want to work on the numbers, right, finally. So when a number, or it can be anything, a categorical value, but we want to work on meaningful values. Okay, when there are errors, there is no meaning in retaining them. So treatment is two types. One is either to delete them, delete those records or rows. Another is to replace the error values or null values. Okay, or there can be another option, like if in this column, in this particular column, you have many error values, maybe more than 50%. Okay, in that situation, what you can do, you can ignore this column, you can delete this column, or you can ignore this column. You need not consider this column at all, but you will be losing the entire column data. Okay, if you want to work on this column data, then you have to treat it properly, either delete the records or replace with appropriate values. Okay, now we will just replace the error values with some values. Okay, say with one value, say 1000. Okay, so replace values, replace errors. So here it will ask for what value you want to enter. Okay, so let's mention as 1000. So you can observe here. So again, as this 23 or 34.39, it is basically row 11 and row 7. Okay. Are you able to see? 1000 has come. So this way we can replace this values, error values. Okay. So we are undoing it. So we have these 3 errors. Okay, these errors. Are you able to see? Okay. In the row 7 and row 11, and also if you can scroll down, we have one more error here. Okay. So here we have 2 options. One is to remove the errors, that will remove the entire rows. Okay. Another method is to replace the error with some value, say median or average or mode or minimum, maximum, any such value of our child. So pull down this drop down menu, right click, just a moment. Okay, right click here. Are you able to see remove errors? So when we click on remove errors, it will remove the entire rows wherever there is error. So if we can do this, so it has removed the errors. Otherwise, if you don't want to remove the errors, we want to replace the errors, right click, and here we have the option to replace the errors. So here you can mention any value, say 999. So wherever error is there, that will be replaced with this value. You can see here. So what are the various transformations that we have discussed so far? Here you can see all the transformations here. Removed columns, removed top rows, promoted headers, replace the values, change the data type, rename the columns, replace the errors. Okay. Now we can do sorting, splitting, grouping. Okay. So here, if you want to sort the data here, this column, okay, or the entire table data based on this column, okay, we want to sort the data in ascending order. Okay, right click. Okay, we have selected this column. You can select this A to Z. A to Z will sort the data in ascending order. Z to A will sort the data in descending order, highest to lowest. Okay, so let's sort it in ascending order. Now you can see data quantity sorted. The data got arranged in ascending order. 2, 5, 6, 7, 10. Okay. If you want to sort it in descending order, just click on this Z to A. So 678 is the highest value. Okay. Is it clear? It's sorting the data. Okay, now let us split the columns. Okay, so we can select one column and we can choose split the column. Okay, Splitting can be done through different methods, like using delimiter. We have discussed, right? What is delimiter? Yeah, delimiter is any character that separates two words, okay, or two letters. So it can be like space or an hyphen or a comma or semicolon or a slash. Okay, it can be anything. Okay, sometimes this pipe also is put. Vertical line is called pipe. Okay, that is also put. Sometimes tab space is also put. Okay, this is one letter space, but sometimes tab delimited files also you will be handling. Okay, so one tab space will be the gap between two columns or two words. Okay, there are a number of delimiters. Okay, so let us split this column. So let us split by delimiter. So space is the delimiter here. See, you can see the various delimiters: columns, comma, equal sign, semicolon, space, tab, or if you have any custom delimiter, we can select that. So here space is the delimiter. So split at leftmost delimiter. That means the first occurrence of the delimiter. Okay, and here quote characters is there. Okay, so let us click OK here. See, outer's sharp. Are you able to see? The earlier column got split into two columns. Retail type .1, .2. Okay, so this .1 was before the delimiter. .2 was after the delimiter. Now let's see grouping. So what we will do is, let us duplicate this particular query. Okay, or data set. Let's right click, duplicate. Let's rename it as grouping. Okay, now why do we group, or how do we group? Excuse me. Why do we group any data? See, grouping we do based on some similarities, right? We want to create some categories and compare them. Okay, so here if you can see, we have different cities, isn't it? Or here order method type, different order method type, 5 distinct values are there. Okay, web, maybe other types are there. You can just see here, pull on this, you can see these are different types in which, through which ordering is done. Email, mail, of course both are same. Mail can be some post box, letter. Okay, sales visit, telephone, web. So these are the different ordering types. Okay, so if we want to see how much quantity is being ordered in each type, then we can group this data. Okay, so just select this column and click on this group by. So we have 5 distinct values. So we want to see how many occurrences are there, or the quantity if you want to sum up, or the sales value we want to sum up for each of the ordering method type. Then we can group it. So just click on group it. Now you can see basic. So order method type is the column on which we are grouping, and we want to say total sales. Okay, count rows, or let us sum. let us do the summation on value. Okay. Are you all getting how to group by? We have selected group by. We are selecting the basic option. In that, we are grouping on this column, order method type. Okay, order method type. And this is the new column we are going to create. Okay. So what operation are we doing? Arithmetic sum. Sum of what? Sales value. Okay. So this sum of sales value will be indicated as total sales against each order method type. You will understand more when you see it. So just I am selecting OK. I am clicking OK here. Now, are you able to see here now? How much each order method type has sold? Okay. So web has sold 6,34,499. Sales visit 1,11,000. Email 38,216. Telephone 61,594. Mail 6,726. Okay. Out of this, which one is doing highest? It is web, right? So have you understood the the purpose of grouping? The same data set will be transformed into a grouped data. Okay.
Okay.
Grouping two. Okay. Now what we will do is we will do the grouping by two columns. So what are the two columns? One, we will select the order method, and other whether urgent or not. Is it okay? We'll just take it whether it is urgent or not. So let us group by. Let's take advanced. Okay. So here let's take order method type, add grouping. So here urgent or not. Okay. Now here what we'll do is total quantity. We'll select the total quantity. Okay. Sum of quantity sold. Is it clear? Advanced option. We are now using the advanced option and also two columns. Okay. And another measure we have taken, metric we have taken. Here also you can add another aggregation. Like if you want to see total quantity sold and also total sales. Okay, both we can see. Now let us click OK. Is it clear? Have you all understood this? Now try to understand the output here. So each type you can see. So web. In the web order method type, we have no urgency cases 36,31,000. Okay, this is the quantity sold. How much value? 4,27,000. Okay, and under true means under web method we have some urgent situations where quantity sold is 18,32,000, and here the value is 2,07,000. Okay, let us say let us sort it by the total sales. Okay, so here total sales descending order. Okay. Are you able to see? Is it clear how to use multiple columns for grouping? It is like a pivot table in Excel.